But let's talk about Texas A&M, because there is a clip circulating on Twitter of an individual on a television broadcast giving his take on the Mike Elko hire and giving his take on Texas A&M football as a whole. Now, I don't want to attack the individual. I want us to unpack the statement, because the statement, I think, is not specific to him. I think a lot of people probably feel this same way when they talk about A&M. And to give you the overview and the broad strokes of what he said, it was, hey, Mike Elko is now the head coach at A&M. Good for Mike Elko, good for A&M. However, during his press conference, the issue that this individual has with Mike Elko is that he said the best version of A&M wins national championships. And what this individual said was, that doesn't make any sense, because A&M hasn't really been good in a long time. A&M hasn't really been successful, so why are they feeling like they should just win national titles all of a sudden? Why do they believe that their team should be elite if they haven't been elite previously? Now, we saw this, knew it was malarkey from the beginning. A lot of people went after this whole statement. Again, I don't want to attack the individual. I want to kind of unpack the statement as a whole. The problem that I have with this is there is a difference between expectation and entitlement. Entitlement is we deserve something because of who we are. We deserve something because of our brand. We deserve something because of the 12th man. We deserve something because we're in the state of Texas. Expectation is, well, hey, there's the focus on the process. There's a certain things in place from an equation standpoint. And based on the equation, if that looks right, the results should be right. And I think A&M fans fall much closer to the expectation side of things. We talk about it a lot. Resources, recruiting, all those things. You have those in place, you have a chance to be successful. Okay, A&M, they have 3 top 10 classes on campus. I understand the portal has impacted A&M. Still, 3 top 10 classes. Plus the resources that are relatively unmatched across the college football landscape, or at least their tier 1 resources. Both those are in place, and you're sitting here and saying, well, why did we go 7-5 this season? And the problem I have with this statement is we're saying, okay, just because good things haven't really happened or haven't happened in a while, therefore you should not expect good things to happen. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? If you have the right equation, it's fair to expect the right product. And also, going back to that thought of, well, if good things haven't really happened in a while, they shouldn't happen at all. What are you saying to Clemson? What are you saying to Dabo Swinney? Clemson hadn't won anything since like the 80s, since 88. And then Dabo comes in there, goes to the equation, gets the right talent, has the right leadership in place. They win a couple of natties. Like, the thought that good things haven't happened, therefore they won't happen, therefore you shouldn't expect them to happen, and having an issue with that, I think that's a bunch of bull junk, to quote Coach Prime. Now, the other issue I have with this statement is we're acting like a place is cursed, like leadership doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying here? Like, what makes a team successful, what makes a college football program successful, is the people involved, from the players to support staff, strength conditioning, ultimately the head coach. Why can't we expect something from Mike Elko based on what he's done over the course of his career? He did more with less at Duke. Why can't we expect him to do more with more at Texas A&M? A&M as a place isn't cursed. They haven't had the right people, right? If you were to throw, Trevor Lawrence on that roster a couple of years ago, probably would have more success. Okay, like it comes down to the people. It has nothing to do with A&M. A&M is trying to get the right things in place to be successful. And right now they feel like they do have good things in place. So why can't they expect good things to happen? I think it's a very flyover perspective, very much so a thing that like made sense in the moment to say, and so it was said. But again, going back to the sentiment itself, A&M has got the equation in place. They're tinkering with it now to get the right leadership in place to take advantage of those resources, take advantage of that roster. Okay, you can expect good things to happen when you have the right things behind closed door in place. Now, if A&M just had no talent and they had no resources, and they're saying, well, why aren't we winning 10 games a season? Well, yeah, then that's entitlement. A&M is not entitled. They're expectant. Very different things. And in that way, I think it's very fair for A&M to expect some good things to happen here sooner rather than later. Now, it'll have to be a thing where Mike Elko does install the right culture. It'll have to be a thing where they do continue to recruit at an elite level. And I'm excited to see it because, again, I think he's the right fit. I think he gets A&M. And I think if you're A&M, you can and should expect good things to happen. Didn't have the right leadership in place. A&M felt that way. They made a pivot. Good for them for pivoting again. So we'll see what happens here. I'm excited to watch that, but the sentiment that A&M shouldn't expect good things to happen because they haven't happened, very much so a flyover thought there. Happy to tell y'all that the hard count is brought to y'all by our friends at GameTime. Now, a couple of years ago, I was in a position where we are wanting to go to a conference championship game, okay? Big 12 title game, and there's student tickets out. And the student tickets, man, it was a difficult ticket to get because everyone and their mama is in the queue trying to grab these tickets. And I'll tell you what, we were in there 30 minutes before it even opened, left without a ticket. And like, I'll tell you what, there was some panic in the house across myself and my roommates. If I had GameTime, there would have been zero worries. GameTime is obsessed with helping you save money. Best tickets, best prices guaranteed is how GameTime operates. If you find a ticket in the same row or section for less, GameTime credits you 110% of the difference. Now, college football is where we utilize this the most, but if you want to use it to get to a comedy show, to a concert, other sporting events, no judgment, GameTime also the best vehicle to allow you to get that done. So here's what I want to make sure we do. This is the most important part of this. Download the GameTime app and get tickets without all the stress. You can wait right up till the day of the event. 2 taps, get the tickets, and you're set. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use code HARDCOUNT for $20 off your first purchase. HARDCOUNT, that's HARDCOUNT. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code HARDCOUNT for $20 off. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of the Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.